Well, welcome to the show. Warm welcome to the broadcast, YouTube. Don't like the design of the homepage on YouTube or the design of thumbnails. However, other than that, the YouTube channel I quite like. I wouldn't recommend sort of unlawful trolling from it, but good behaviour, good etiquette, I would endorse. But basically, this broadcast, which is not the BBC, is I think basically to go back on my story about what actually happened. That I'd left school as an 18-year-old, Kingussie High School, had enough qualifications to get further education. Quite young at the time, not quite sure what to do, and basically did craft and design diploma technical teaching in 1986, and left home for the first time about 18 or 19 years of age from Kingussie to Aberdeen, and I did get an overdraft at that time due to drinking. I previously didn't drink, my family didn't drink, and I didn't realise I was accruing the kind of expense on money on drinking and alcohol at the time. And unfortunately, during my time as a student, I had an overdraft due to going out at night to the discotheques and so on. Basically, during that time, having progressed a bit in my studies with the craft and design technical teaching course, acquiring skills in craft and design, woodwork, plastics and other subjects that previously I knew little or nothing about. Basically, that on a particular Friday night, I stayed in my flat, went to bed about average time to go to bed, 11 o'clock, 11:15, and some of the flat members were away at the nightclub drinking, and when they came back for a bit of fun, they did what they did with the bin liner over the window when I was trying to get a decent night's sleep. I was sober at the time, and they had been drinking, so maybe not surprisingly, due to the alcohol, that behaved in a way that other mice perhaps might not have behaved in. And during that time, which I had to guess would be 1 in the morning, 12:30, something like that, when I was in bed, sober, trying to get a decent night's sleep after my work, student studies, that happened in the flat I was staying in at the time. And when I got into the flat after doing it outside on the bin liner over the window, I did hear the voices outside as they were giggling or whatever, smirking about what they were doing with the bin liner. I then went back into the flat and I heard them coming to the door of my room, so I locked the door on the inside, snubbed the door to keep them out of my room because I was trying to get a decent night's sleep. And in the morning, there was some chairs piled up at my door, and the bin liner in the window, which I removed the chairs and removed the bin liner. So nothing out of the ordinary for a Friday, Saturday night, and being out at the discotheque or the nightclub under the influence of alcohol. And I basically qualified in the craft and design technical teaching course from the Highland region, originally Kingussie, and that was in Aberdeen, which I have to say I liked Aberdeen, and I did ultimately pass the course after 4 years, and I thought, due to some slightly negative experiences during my course from my contemporary co-students and some of my staff, pupils and teaching practice in various schools, which shall remain nameless, where they try to cause trouble about my teaching practice methods, but I thought I could have applied for a teaching post in Scottish schools, English schools in 1986. I thought I couldn't go to England at that stage with my lack of adventurous spirit, so, and being even less adventurous than that, timid kind of person, instead of going to Tayside or Borders or Aberdeenshire or some other area other than the Highlands, being a person who's low level, I stayed in home territory in the Highland region, and basically due to some of the 19th hole activities at the pub during my time as a student in Aberdeen, I took a technician's job through the job club in the Highland region. I applied for jobs in the Highland region and council, and I got a job in Culloden Academy as a school technician, woodwork technician, and basically I'd heard about the nightlife in my time in Aberdeen, and they were more interested in the nightlife. He was at a discotheque and he was dancing with her, and he was in her room there. They were interested in these kind of things, but not desperately interested in the craft and design technical teaching syllabus. And that continued my time in Culloden Academy as a technician. They knew that I had spent a bit of time